Hello, Yu-Gi-Oh people. We are back with another deck list video. I haven't done this in way too long, and we got our boy Keegan, who won 4-0. 4-0.
Let's go.
He was playing. What were you playing?
I was playing Vanquish Soul, the good old deck of staking people's souls. We went 4-0, as previously mentioned. We went against a horse pile round 1, which was very fun to play against. Very bad against this deck because I just pop your King Sark and then tell you what are you going to do next. Round 2 was against, I think it was Hero with the new stuff. That was really cool to see. Unfortunately, Shifter just kills them, and then OTK. And then match 3 was against Dynamorphia. So Caesar and Pantera kind of cleaned that up. And then my final matchup was against the Malice player at our locals, and it was a fairly easy match.
All right. Well, we should probably just get straight into the deck list then, eh?
Sure thing.
All right. So let's see
Start
it.
things off. We have 2 Caesar Valius. Typically, my siding patterns are just to take out 1. Pretty good card. Pop 1 if you reveal all 3. Can be unaffected if you reveal an Earth. And then we have 2 Borger. Just the tag outs of the deck. Great in time, draw 1 every turn. Means that your opponent has to kind of pick up their pace when they're playing against you. Then we have 2 Jiaolong. Jiaolong is the second best Vanquish Soul name because revealing 2 fires, you can search any Vanquish Soul card, not just monster or spells. So just having it in fire and rosin in hand is Jiaolong, Snow Devil, Rock on field. What is your opponent going to do? And then we have the first best, rosin. If you don't see this card, you basically just lose the match, unless you kind of just stall it out. But even then, I found that sometimes I'm just not that good at the game. And then for the rest of the level 4s, we have 1 Pantera, 1 Madlove. We have 1 Madlove because we can search Snow Devil and Continue. Continue came up a lot today, which was great. Pantera is great for popping back row and also just having the special summon because of being able to play King Dempsey to search Rosin. The back row removal is phenomenal. I saw that it came up a lot during the games, and the Malice player also just didn't know what she did, so he didn't chain any of the trap cards. That's kind of it for the Vanquish Soul names. Now we have the honorary Vanquish Soul names. We have 3 Fenrir, best Vanquish Soul monster, and then we have 1 Riseheart. Fenrir being able to search an Earth and a Fire is just great for this deck. And then it also applies pressure, so your opponent kind of has to hand trap the Fenrir or hand trap the Rosin. Then for the hand traps, we have 1 Druid Worm, 1 Magnamut. Them being darks just really helps. Like if you need Borger draw a card, having Druid Worm, or if you need Snow Devil. It kind of gets awkward if Druid Worm or Magnamut's the only dark in hand to reveal. But you can kind of just sequence it. If you sequence it in the right way, it's just death to your opponent. And then we have 2 Bells. I really like this list because of being able to play Bell again. Bell is so good this format, being able to stop, Malice, and sometimes not Raiji, Raziel, if they're playing like the Mitsugiri stuff, and then some of the other cards that they're playing, maybe tech choices. And then 2 Kurikara. This card was the MVP of today. Going battle phase against the Dynamorphia player, I went Caesar attack, and then because he's already activated his Kentrigina, and he activated his Rex on the attack deck to make my Caesar less attack, I attacked He made my attack into, I think, 800, and then I just main phase 2 Curry Car Tribute over everything, and then he couldn't go on from there. Now for the better hand traps this format, we have 3 Ash. I would probably just trade this for an extra Divya Incarnate, because it's not the best this format.
Unless if you're playing a deck that dies to Amalt Charmy.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
It's only good for in that sense. It doesn't really hit anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 Imperms. Imperm came up a lot today against the Malice player on game 2 of game 2. We open Ash Blossom, Imperm, Artifact Lancia, Kestir Fenrir, Ryzen, and we just all over the place. And then we have 1 call by to finish everything up. For the kind of searchers, we have 2 of the field spell. The field spell being able to just search for Fenrir and then summon Fenrir, search for Riseheart, and then having full Vanquish Soul combo, or being able to make some rank 7 plays and then steal your opponent's monster is great. And then we have 3 Stake Your Soul. Again, if you don't draw Rosin, you kind of just lose. So we're playing our extra copies of Rosin. And then for today's tech choice, I just kind of played this one. The Almace.
What does Almace actually do for the deck?
You have to equip it to a monster you control. And it can destroy itself to equip Durin in Infernoble's card. So the choice obviously is Durandal. And then it plays around Droll, so number 1. And then it equips Durandal, and then Durandal just can search Ryzen. And then you have full Vanquish Soul combo. So essentially, you're playing 6 copies of Ryzen, and then Stake Your Soul if you want to do anything with that.
So it's pretty much just a 3rd Durandal?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
okay.
I find that a lot of the times if you play a 3rd Durandal, it's not as good because it's only once per turn, and the secondary effect isn't the best.
Okay.
And then we have 2 Thrust, 1 Talents. I find that 2 Talents is bricky, but I really like Thrust. Favorite card, and if you get Hand Trap, you could just set Snow Devil. Snow Devil and Continue are the 2 Vanquish Soul spells and traps that we're playing. Snow Devil, the minute you activate it, it wraps up games by itself. Continue, being able to set up Abyss Dweller or summon Dempsey to search Rosin. Just great for the deck. Being able to spam out rank 4s. For the extra deck, we have the Token.
His staple
card.
The Vomiting Horse. Classic.
And then we have our 3 rocks. A lot of people are cutting this down to 2. I don't see a reason to do that, because a lot of the time today I went through all 3 against the Dynamorphia player. I went through all 3 against the Malice player. So again, really good card. I don't know why people are cutting it down to 2, maybe just to bump up the extra deck space. But a lot of the time, you don't really need your extra deck. Then we made SP. SP is very good. Unfortunately, you can't use Rock to make SP because Rock cannot be used as link material.
Forever, or just a turn it's summoned?
Forever.
Oh, okay.
Which, when your opponent summons this off Dark, it's really funny to me because they just sit there with a 0 attack monster, which has happened a lot of times over the past year or so that I've been playing this deck. The 1 Horatic Spheres, because Caesar's a dragon and the Bestials, so if you set up double Caesar or Caesar and Bestial, you can get spheres and then your opponent just wait. We have 1 IP. IP is really good to make these next two monsters, Boral Sword and Crusadia Mech-Knight Avermax. I was very rushed, so I just put in the Boral Sword instead of something like Access Code or Underworld Goddess, which against the Dynamorphia player in Game 2, I really should have had that Underworld Goddess because I had 6 monsters on the field, including Rock, and he had Rexterm, which I couldn't out. And then that's it for the links.
100% you'd probably swap the Boral Sword for an Underworld, right?
Yeah.
Or Access Code, one of the two. More than likely.
This deck has a big problem against towers. That's why I like Crusadia Mech-Knight Avermax so much.
Yeah.
But Underworld Goddess, I just didn't have enough time to find mine.
Yep, that's fair.
And then for the Xyz, we have 1 Merrymaker, 1 Abyss Dweller for Mitsurugi.
Crazy for this format.
Yeah. And then we have Battling Boxer Dempsey.
To search for...
Search Rosin, Fat Zeus, and then just WinCon.
Okay.
For the rank 7s, we have Big Eye and Flare Metal.
Yeah.
This deck is just a burn deck, so getting your opponent down to like 3,000, and you Borger them for 15, so they're at 15 left. Play 3 cards, you won't.
Yeah.
And then stealing their card permanently, and then like link summoning over it is so funny. Or if it's like something like a unicorn or a Malice name, it just really screws over their plays. For the last 2, we have Sargass and Zeus.
Okay. So that's how you're making your big Zeus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of the whole extra deck, I would say I made Flare Metal once. I made Spheres once, Rock 3 times, and SP once. Rest of the extra deck I didn't really see aside from the token when I got Nibiru.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But that's only 4 matches. Just wait until you're YCS top with this deck.
Yeah. And then for side deck, we have the 1 Sanct. Searches for Lancia, beats down Malice. Tikaboo, best card in the deck. D-Barrier. This doesn't hit Malice, but this deck just has such a good matchup against Malice that I don't really care.
Yeah. Noticed quite the floodgates already in your side deck.
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit.
Quite unique here. Let's see what else you got.
Not helping my case, we have 3 Shifter.
Oh, and another... Hey, you gotta play them. You gotta play them.
At least I'm not main decking it. The best part about Shifter is if you already have a card in graveyard, he's just a dark monster in hand. So you infinitely get Borger targets, Caesar targets, or even Rosin targets to destroy in the same column.
Makes
the
sense.
only non-attribute monster I'm playing is 3 Lancia.
For the format.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate. I also thought about playing Chaos Hunter. The only part I don't like about it is that it conflicts with Fenrir. And if I don't have another fire in hand, I can't really go Fenrir, search Rise Heart, and then full combo.
Is there a universe where you just side out all the Kashtira stuff to play something like that?
I mean,
maybe like put in more floodgates?
You can, but then I much more prefer the Kashtira cards, because the alternative is like a Sky Striker engine, and I don't like Sky Striker as an engine, so I'd much rather just...
No, that's all good. Fenrir's an incredible card, so...
Yeah. And then for going second, we have Double Eclipse, just for Raziel. Didn't side this much today, but when I do see it at like other events, it comes in clutch. And then last card is Evenly Matched. I might actually take this card out because again, Lancia, Chaos Angel are popular in this format, so I think something like Double Lightning Storm, Feather Duster might just be better.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like much of a board breaker format currently.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Alrighty, thank you for your deck profile, Keegan.
Thanks for having me.
Do you have a shout out you want to give?
Shout out to you guys. I love you guys so much. Shout outs to Ben. Shout outs to the game nights, and shout outs to Gerald for going 2-2 again. We love everybody at the locals, and have a good one.